Butter go crazy.
YouTube, what's good, guys? It's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another live, guys. And today's live is going to be on starts and sits. It's game day, week 14. It's time to go to the playoffs. We 1 week from the playoffs. Now, some of us, our playoffs have already started, but for most of us, we haven't. So some of us, we got to win this week to get in, and that's why I'm here for you guys. So today, we're going to get it cutting edge. It's time to go to the mirror and get cute. Yes, get cute. Put in your earrings, put on your necklace, put your Jabos on, put your FUBU on, put your Levi's on, whatever you want to get cute. It's time to get cute because you got to get in. So we can't just, I'm always about playing your studs, but if they ain't did nothing by this week, don't go down with the ship. You got to go down with the ship with a guy that you can lose and be out the playoffs. So sometimes you might have to make a play with a guy that has a really, really great matchup today, especially with these weather games. So with no further ado, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. I said what I said. Okay. Let's go, guys. Let's go talk about some news. Let's talk about some news. Let's see what's going down in the NFL. Okay. So Dawson Knox, guys that got what's the rookie tight end? What's his name? Dalton Kincaid. I'm still playing Dalton Kincaid, even though Dawson Knox is active. I believe Dalton Kincaid is used more as a wide receiver type. So I'm not really worried about Dawson Knox coming back. So Dawson Knox will play this week. Isaiah Pacheco will avoid IR, but that means he's probably not going to play next week or maybe the week after that. He's probably going to miss 2 weeks. So be ready for that. And you can start CEH if you have an opportunity to. Don't get now. Listen, like I said, we can get cute, but I'm not going to sit a stud. I'm not going to sit Tony Pollard to play CEH. I said what I said. I'm not going to sit Tony Pollard to play CEH. He will be the start, and Jerick McKinnon will be the backup. They will be splitting carries. Austin Eckler is expected to split carries with Joshua Kelly. So if you wanted to sit Austin Eckler for a Tony Pollard or maybe even a CEH, that's up to you. I don't think that's crazy. Austin Eckler hasn't played good all year. And the matchup that he has isn't phenomenal. Let me see here. My window change. Yes. Now, like, we know that the Broncos can be hit on the run game, but they're not chopped liver. They're not just giving up a bunch of points. This is still a playoff team. So if you want to get cute and sit Austin Eckler, I understand. But I'm not sitting him for chopped liver. I'm not sitting him for chopped liver, but I sit him for Salisbury State. All right. Joe Flacco will remain and is expected to start for the Browns this week, week 14. Drew Lock could be a spot start. I still think Geno's going to play. It's just a growing, but we got to wait and see. Chris Olave will play for the Saints, but he does have an illness. I'm not worried about it. A lot of guys are sick today, but they still going to play. A lot of times, like I told you, you play really good while you're sick. Kenneth Walker is expected to play. Expect him and Zach Charbonnet to split carries. Expect him and Zach Charbonnet to split carries. Taysom Hill is not expected to play. So you're going to have to pivot. I had to pivot off him. Travis Etienne is expected to play for the Jaguars. Noah Brown is expected to play for the Houston Texans. Let me see. Anything else that really matters? I'm not just going to read everything. And Geno Smith, they said it's a game time decision. So it's going to be a game time decision. Also, guys, I want to thank a couple people who's cashed at me a couple times, and I didn't give you a shout out. So I'm gonna give you a shout out right now for guys who's cashed out. So I want to talk about Chris. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for the cash out, bruh. That goes straight. Everything goes to me. You know, YouTube take 40% of all my super chats. That's just a part of the business deal. Stan, I appreciate you, Stan. I see you, bruh. Yeah, I just want to give a couple guys shout out. And Sean Bonds always support me. I want to give a couple guys shout out to cash out. All right, let me get back to this news real quick. Things that Derrick Henry not listed on the injury report. I got some things to say about Derrick Henry, but I'm not going to necessarily say it right now because he's good to go. Jaden Reed, no injury destination. That's big for me, especially with Christian Watson being out. And Quay Walker for that defense is not going to play. I still think that defense is going to be good, but that's going to help Saquon out. I said what I said. That's going to help Saquon Barkley out. And Jory Arizona could return. I think he's going to play. Aaron Jones is questionable. I don't think he's going to play. We shall see, though. We shall see. Let's see here, guys. What else? Nick Bolton activated off the IR for the Kansas City Chiefs. That's going to make that defense even better. I said what I said. That's going to make that defense even better. Amari Cooper, real play. Now, would I play Amari Cooper as a wide receiver 3? Yeah. Will I lower my expectation? Yeah. Don't expect him to boom. But you can still play him. You can still play. I'm not going to just tell you he's a sit. Joe Flacco can hit Amari Cooper on the deep play. Don't get it twisted. Joe Flacco can play the game. He's just a little bit older, but that's why a lot of teams like veteran quarterbacks the teaching curve is better. They don't do a lot of dumb mistakes. Joe Flacco can run an offense. He's been in the NFL over 15 years. Rashid Shaheed is out. That's why I like Chris Olave. Also, so we know Michael Thomas is out. We know Rashid Shaheed is out, and Taysom Hill is out. So Alvin Kamara and Chris Olave is the only guys that I'm willing to play. Let me see. Derek Carr clears concussion protocol and will start for the Saints. Woo! I don't know who I'd rather see in there. I'm not saying Derek Carr sucks, man. I think he's a good backup. I think he's a top backup in the league. I think he can win your games. I don't know if he's a starter any longer. Guys, make sure you put your questions. If you're new here, I will get to every single comment. So just make sure you spam the chat with the 100. Let me know you're here. Also, if you're new, like I said, I will get to your question. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's get the likes up. Zach Cunningham for the Philadelphia Eagles gets a full practice in. So that defense is getting back healthy. Let's see here. Is anything else? Elijah Mitchell is doubtful. So, guys, Elijah Mitchell ain't even getting that many carries. I think they're gonna let this guy go in the offseason. He stays too beat up. All the time. I mean, he ain't even playing. He's not even getting a full workload, and then he's hurt. Okay, guys, I think that's everything. Okay, so let's go look at the weather. We're going to go look at the weather right now. I got a weather video, so I'm not going to go over it very much detail, but we're going to skim through it. And anybody wants to come up, you're welcome to it, especially right now at the end of the year, I got it wide open because a lot of the guys that are the Phenom crew, they don't really take a big advantage of that. So I'm putting it out for all the subscribers. If you want to come up and ask me any type of question, you ain't got to show your face. You're welcome. The link is in the comment section. Okay, so let's go look at these games, these weather games. Let's go look at these weather games. Okay. Let me know if you can't see it. I'm going to keep me on the screen on the side. So let me know if you can't see it. If you can't see it, then I will take myself off and make it bigger. Okay. So let's see here. We got the Tampa Bay, Atlanta. Okay. We got Tampa Bay and Atlanta. Inside. So play your guys. I'm not worried about that. That's inside. So we're gonna skim through that. That's decent weather. That's a dorm. And this game is just outside, but it's going to be cold. I'm still starting my studs. 13 miles per hour wind. That's nothing new. Matter of fact, let me refresh real quick just to make sure that nothing's changed. Okay. 36 degrees Fahrenheit is overcast. So we ain't worried about any snow, but the wind is up a little bit. Indianapolis and Cincinnati, outside 38 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm still playing my coach. You're gonna play Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon. 9 miles per hour wind. Slight chance of rain in the Jacksonville-Cleveland game. That's the defensive game to me. I'm playing Cleveland defense today. I think Cleveland defense is going to do really well, even if Trevor Lawrence plays. But the wind is a little high. Slight chance of rain. We got Carolina and New Orleans. That's in the dome, so I'm not really worried about that. They talk about the wind. We don't care about that. Okay, New York Jets and Houston. That's going to be a rain game. That's why some people want to sit C.J. Stroud. I understand that. I'm not sitting him in none of my leagues, but that's just the way I do it in my league. Every league is not built the same. With some leagues, you can actually get off of a stud and go play another guy, and it's going to be a good move. So I understand that. But me, I'm not doing it. But it's a 99% chance of rain. So it's definitely going to rain. So Nico Collins, lowering your expectations. the Jets, you already know what the Jets is on the offensive side. If you want to play Houston defense, I think it's a good play today. I also like them for the playoffs. The Rams, Baltimore, a lot of people are scared of the Rams. I'm not. I'm still playing Puka and Kyron and Cooper Kupp. I'm starting them every single week. I might not stream Matt Stafford this week, but if I ain't got anybody else, I'm okay with going down with that ship. I'm playing Lamar. This could be a Lamar game. He's a running back that can play. You know, the weather doesn't hurt him because he's actually a good running quarterback that can make plays also with his legs. But it's definitely going to rain. It's a 98% chance. Thunderstorms. In the dorm, we don't care. Start your studs in these games. Minnesota and the Vegas Raiders. It's a great game. Seattle, San Francisco. Only thing I got to say about that Seattle could win this game. Seattle could win this game. I'm not saying they will, but they can. Kansas City, Buffalo. This is a big time game for Buffalo. I would maybe try to bet on Buffalo because Buffalo got to win this game. They don't really, they ain't gonna be out, but they're gonna have to ask for other teams, look for other teams to lose if they lose to this game. So right now they control their own destiny. If they can win a few more games, including this one, they can go to the playoffs as a wild card. But if they lose this game, they're gonna have to ask, or they're gonna have to want other teams to lose. Their destiny will not be in their hands. So this game is going to be also it's going to be a decent weather game for this time of year in Kansas City. So I'm not really worried about the weather on this game. Dorm game, Denver and Los Angeles Rams. That's fine. We good with that. The Los Angeles Chargers, excuse me. Great game, weather in the dorm. Dallas and Philly in the dorm. We good. And for tomorrow game, Tennessee, Miami, it's in Miami. That's great. You ain't got to worry about that. And we got another game that night. It's Giants and Green Bay, 14 miles per hour wind. They actually cleared up. They thought it was going to be a lot of precipitation, but it's not. It cleared up. So I'm starting my studs. I'm starting Jordan Love. I'm starting Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hyatt if I have to. Okay. So let's get on to the questions. I appreciate everybody being here. I will get to everybody's question. Guys, let me tell you the way I do the protocol, because some people sometimes might feel like I skip their question. I go to my members first. They get priority. So unless you super chat supersedes everything. But after that, I'm going through my green beans. And my green beans are my members on my channel. So after that, then I'm going to go down the list. Whoever come first come, first serve. So I'm not skipping over anybody. Just I got to go to my members first. They pay for that. That's a perk that they pay for. I see you, Mr. Two. What up, bruh? Travis Looney. What up, bruh? I see you. Always showing support. Always. I appreciate you, bruh. I really do. Black Banks. Yes. It's you in the league with Mr. Anderson. And he talked about your team being really good, man. Hey, congratulations, bro. He said you probably gonna make the playoffs. He said you got that Tyreek Tua combo. Yes, sir. Black Bank says Roshan Johnson or Gainwell. I'm going with Gainwell because of the Detroit defense. They stopped the run really well, so I'm going to go with Gainwell, who could get a goal line touchdown. DeAndre Swift hasn't looked healthy the last couple of weeks. Mr. T, says CEH or Roshan Johnson. I'm going to go with CEH, man. I really am. I'm going to go with CEH over Roshan. I need to see Roshan really have a good breakout game. So I'm going to go with CEH over this one. I'm just, like I said, I'm going to get a little cute. Stacy, appreciate you. Always showing love. Guys, she's in the semifinals. If she wins, she goes to her fantasy football championship. That'll be 2 years in a row. If she can win this game tonight, that she can go back-to-back championships. Hopefully this year she's going to get that dub. So I'm definitely going to be getting a plaque and probably putting her YouTube name on that plaque as a person that I helped get to the fantasy football championship. And I might have to get several plaques, but I want to have plaques where people that I've helped, I want to show my worth that way. So Stacy, let's go. She got that Tyreek Hill and Tua combo. That's a league-winning combo this year. Okay. Big Will. He says, good morning, TD. I'm feeling like Alonzo in training day. I need that. I need that money, Jake. Oh, that's a good one, bro. That's a good one. That's a good one. You know, that's a real life story, don't you? That's a real life story. Big Wheel says raining cats and dogs here in the DMV area. Sit or start two. Cup, James Cook, CH, or Montgomery. So I'm just gonna say start two. I'm going with Cup. And Montgomery. Cup and Montgomery. I like James Cook, but I can't put him over. Now, listen, if you want to sit Cup because you don't like what's going on, then I get that. So I'm gonna give you that. If a lot of people don't like what's going on with Cup, so I want to actually talk to that. If you don't like Cup, I respect that. You probably need to win to get in or get a higher playoff spot. So I understand that you don't got to play Cup if you don't like what's going on. Me, I'm playing Cups and I got Cup like 3 leagues. I'm playing them. I don't really care about that he's been struggling a little bit because he's still active. He's still healthy in practice. But so if you don't like Cup, I would say it'd be James Cook and Montgomery. Me, I would play Cup and I would go to Montgomery, and I would go to Montgomery because he got a better matchup. No weather, inside of a dorm, playing against Chicago, who can be had through the run game. So I'm gonna go with Montgomery, who gets all the goal line opportunities and the honey touches. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. Okay. KO says, do we trust Keaton Mitchell coming off the bye? Bruh, I do. I more than trust him. Pause. I'm relying on him. I'm relying on Keaton Mitchell. I love Keaton Mitchell today. Now, I'm not going to sit here and get super cute and sit him for studs, right? But I'm playing he's a top 12 running back. So, but it's all in context, right? Like would I start him over David Montgomery? It's close. It's close. I love David Montgomery. He's on a really good team that runs the ball a lot, that gives him a lot of goal line honey touches. I'm okay with that. I probably would go with David Montgomery slightly because David Montgomery has showed me something. If you go look all throughout the season, David Montgomery is a top 12 running back. But Keaton Mitchell is right there. So I love Keaton Mitchell. Great question. Dylan, what's going on with you, bro? He said, what's up, bro? Start sit questions. Both full PPR. Stroud at Jets or Fields versus Lions? Man, that's a tough ass question, bro. That's a tough question. Let me tell you why. Let me break it down a little bit. I don't want to go on a soliloquy, but I got to break that down. Man, I love Stroud. The Jets defense is not no joke. This is a premium defense. This is a top 5 defense. This defense is a Super Bowl defense. If they had a quarterback that was playing average or above, they would be a Super Bowl contender team. But it's bad weather, and it's the Jets defensive backfield who's playing elite. Tank Dell went out. All they got is Nico Collins, Noah Brown, and John Mitchell and Robert Woods are okay. Brevin Jordan is okay. The way you beat the Jets, especially in a bad weather game, is through the run with Dameon Pierce. So that's telling me, it's making me nervous with CJ Stroud this week because of the weather. I trust them. I'm nervous. I don't want you to miss the boom, because if I miss this, if I tell you to sit Stroud, this is going against my principle, and I'm going to be discombobulated, and I'm going to feel bad. My energy going to be low. And I don't know if I go with Stroud, and some things I don't care. I don't give a damn about. If I miss on it. I'm not perfect, but some things bother me because I go against my principle. I think I'm going to go against my principle as far as me telling you, giving you advice. I'm going to go with Fields over Lions because the Lions secondary is weak. I'll even like Darnell Mooney this week. I love DJ Moore. I like Cole Kmet. The Lions secondary can be had. So I'm going to go with Fields. Fields also has a really good game script against the Lions in the past. He's always have done really well against the Lions with rushing and throwing the ball. He also is playing for his job over Caleb Williams. Him and Caleb Williams are competing right now. So I'm going to go with Fields slightly off of my chinny chin chin. All right, number 2 pick. One running back, Ford versus Jacksonville, or Singletary versus Jets. I'm going with Ford versus Jacksonville over Singletary and the Jets. or even over CH over Buffalo. I'm going with Ford over Singletary and CH. Great question, though, bro. Great question. What's going on, TZ? Good morning, bro. Yes, sir. Always showing support. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. 100. Salute. TZ says hit the like and sub. Yes, hit that like button, guys, and subscribe to this channel. Let me see where the likes at. So usually when guys say hit the like button, I get nervous because they trying to tell me, TD, people ain't hitting the like button. Okay, they got 23. I'll take 23 right now because I ain't got to a lot of questions. But guys, I understand that. I understand a lot of guys, and I respect that. A lot of guys are like, I'm not hitting that like button until he get to my question. And I respect that. I respect that. You got to work. I don't want nothing for free. But y'all know I put the work in. I ain't never skipped over nobody question unless I had something going on. I don't skip over nobody question. Never have. One day I might have to because of the volume, but until then, I'm going through everybody. I don't treat nobody no different. Isaac, that's another one of my homies, always showing support. He said, let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rick said, what's good, TD? Happy Sunday. Fingers crossed. Yes, sir. For the playoffs, win to get in. Playing Purdy, Barkley, Breach Hall, AJ Brown, London, and flexing Monty, Texans defense. What you think? Any changes? I like Purdy. I love Barkley. I like Breach Hall in certain instances. If you don't got anybody else to push him, then I like him. If you had somebody to push him, I don't think CEH. I wouldn't necessarily say you need to sit him for CEH. I'm trying to think maybe a guy that could push him. Keaton Mitchell. I might play Keaton Mitchell over Breach Hall this week. If it ain't Keaton Mitchell, I'm not playing him over Breach Hall. That's about the only guy I can think of right now that I would play over him. You got to start AJ Brown. I love Drake London. Great matchup. Let me see here. Yes. Buccaneers secondary is not that great. They're not that great. So I love Drake London. And you flexing Monty. Look, goal line, honey touch monster. I got to make some shirts, man. I got a lot of sayings, man. Like PPR monster, honey touch. And Texas defense, I love the Texans defense against the Jets. Going against Zach Wilson. Listen, the Texans could lose this game, but I don't feel like they're gonna give up a lot of points. I think they can get a turnover or two. Yeah, I think you got me. I think it's optimal. For what you gave me right here, it's optimal. Big Rowan says 12-1, clinch the bye. Pick one running back. Okay, hey, bro, you killed it. Hey, listen, guys, if you win a fantasy football championship, make sure you let me know. I need you to send me the screenshot of your championship game, no matter if you win it or not, and send me your YouTube name, your handle. And that way I'm going to make a plaque, and I'm going to put you on that plaque. And I'm going to shoot you out a couple times throughout the year about guys that I've helped. So I appreciate that, bro. Way to kill it. He says, pick one running back, CH, Roshan Johnson, McKinnon, or Kenneth Walker if activated. Also, Nico Collins and Zay Flowers, Miami D or Baltimore D. I'm going with Miami D. Between Nico Collins and Zay, I'm going to go with, let's go with Nico. I know he got a tough matchup, but let's go with Nico. Zay, I think he's about to boom, but I can't tell you to sit Nico for that boom. I can't do that. I think Nico has played so good all year where I can't go to a Zay Flowers who's gave me 2 games over 20 points, or I'll even say over 18 points, and gonna tell you to sit that for Nico in a raining game. Now, if he was playing Miami and it was in a warm weather, I would probably say, yeah, man, let's go with Zay this week. But because of the weather, I'm going to go, and it's bad weather for Houston too, man. Woo, it's bad weather for Houston too. I'm still going to go with Nico. And you said which running back? I think you got to go with Kenneth Walker if activated. If not Kenneth Walker, then I will go with CEH over Roshan. So Kenneth Walker if activated, but if not, go with CEH. But I think Kenneth Walker is activated. He is playing today. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Did I skip that? Yeah, I skipped Black Banks. I'm sorry, bro. I skipped that question earlier. I'm sorry. I apologize. Forgive me, bro. He says Hyatt or Hopkins. Bruh, I'm going to get cute. You ain't got to listen to me. You do not have to listen to me. I'm going with Hyatt over Hopkins. And listen, this championship week. And I know you like, well, listen, TD, you've said your template has been, well, look at the whole season and what Hyatt has did. With Tommy DeVito, he's been better to me than one game that D-Hop had and blowed up. Man, D-Hop had a couple okay games for about 14 points. But I'm going to go with Hyatt, man. I think Tommy DeVito coming off this bye week is going to do really well. I think he can push the ball downfield, and he's going to play, I wouldn't call it reckless, but I would call it fearless. And so to me, I like playing Hyatt slightly over D-Hop. Now, if you was telling me you just needed to be safe, pure D safe, Hopkins is a way more safer play. Hopkins is at least going to give you 8 to 10 targets. I believe that Hyatt, though, could give you that boom. And so, man, if you already in your playoff, let's roll out with Hyatt. If you number 3 seed, you working for the number 2 seed, go with Hyatt. If you the number 2 seed working for the number 1 seed, you're good. If you already in the playoffs, go with Hyatt. But if you got to have a safe play and you got good supporting cast around Hopkins, guys that can boom, will go with Hop for the safe play. I would go with Hyatt to me because he's got that boom. I like Hyatt. I could be biased. I'm sorry, Black Banks. I mean, I skipped over that. I don't know why in the hell I skipped. I saw that question earlier and I wanted to get to it. And then all of a sudden I'm like, damn, did I say that when I went through my members? So my bad, bro. Guys, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. We got 26 likes, guys. We got 40 people in the chat and we got 26 likes. Come on, guys. Let's get the likes up. Isaac says, TD, I gotta drop one for McKinnon. Okay, because I'm not gonna tell you just to pick because McKinnon is okay, but it's gonna depends on who it is, bro. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you I'm not really that crazy big on McKinnon. But Taysom, Sharp, Dowdle, Noor, or Palmer. I have Goddard and Kincaid, so thinking Taysom getting chopped, especially injured. Okay, and that's fine. I respect that. You can drop go ahead. I was gonna tell you to drop because I don't want you to I don't want to tell you Noah Brown. I was gonna tell you Noah Brown, but you cannot drop running backs at this time of the season. All running backs are optimal. All running backs. Forget number 3 wide receivers and backup tight ends. Those guys don't mean anything right now. I would tell you to drop Taysom Hill, but I'm gonna tell you if you drop him, don't regret it. If he goes out and has a boom game in your playoffs, you got to move on. You can't be like, man, I know I shouldn't have dropped him. Don't put that on yourself. Don't put that baggage on yourself. Drop him and move on for McKinnon. Now, if you have to drop McKinnon next week because CH balled out and then you can't get Taysom, that's gonna be on you. That's why I'm not big on dropping Taysom per se, but for your team, you do not need him. You got 2 really good tight ends. So I understand. I would go with Taysom too, but just drop him and don't look backwards. TZ, he's got to start and sit at tight end, Goddard or Everett. I'm going with. So I need to find. Let me see if Palmer's playing. Let me make sure that Palmer is playing. It's all about Palmer. Let me see if Palmer is playing. No. So I will go with Gerald Everett. I'm going with Gerald Everett because Gerald Everett had a lot of targets last week. He had a lot of targets. So I would go with Gerald Everett. Dallas Goedert is good, but I think Gerald Everett is, for his targets and PPR, is better play. Now, if it's half point PPR, I would go with Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert got more touchdown upside, but they need Gerald Everett. And they don't got nobody. They can't rely on Quentin Johnson. It's just Keenan Allen. Austin Eckler is struggling. So I would go with Gerald Everett. Yes, sir, bro. Kenny says, Ken folks, what's good? He says, Keaton Mitchell or Shakir, 4 PPR, looking for that boom. Keaton Mitchell. Go with Keaton Mitchell, bro. Guys, if anybody want to come up, I put the link in the description. Anybody can come up if you want. I put the link inside of the comment section. So if anybody want to come up, you're welcome to it. I'm going with Keaton Mitchell all day, bro. Yes, sir. All right. Minnie Jordan, what's going on, bro? I've seen you here before. I know you ain't new, but it's been a while since I saw you. What's going on with you, man? Glad to see you here. This coffee right here is garbage, too. This is a Panera Bread coffee, and they usually be good. It's a chocolate, kind of like a chocolate mocha coffee. And I don't think they put no chocolate in it. That shit straight caffeine. But yeah, good morning, bro. Mini Joyce was 4 PPR. Choose 3. A-Chain, Cook, Kamara, Kyron, Mixon. So Kamara, most definitely Kamara. A-Chain, most definitely. And Kyron. Mixon going to have to be out. Now, if you could get Mixon in as a flex play, yeah, that's fine. But if you can't, you got to play A-Chain, Kamara, and Kyron. Yes, sir. Mini Jordan says Fields or Stroud. I just answered that question. I'm going with Fields. I broke it down earlier, bro. If you want to break down, go back a little bit. I don't know exactly when, but I broke down why I'm going with Fields over Stroud. It's a little. I'm getting cute. This is the day I should have put that in the in my thumbnail. I'm getting cute today. It's some things that I'm willing to get cute on today, especially with the weather. Will Hayes says Montgomery or A-Chain. I'm going with A-Chain over Montgomery. I'm going with A-Chain over Montgomery. Rick says smash that like button. Yes, sir. CHB, there you go. What's good with you, bro? Always showing support to the channel, bro. I appreciate you. I really do, man. Salute to you. He says, what up, bro? Should I go Puka or CEH due to the weather? I'm going with Puka. I'm going with Puka. Vito says, hey, TD, I asked you last live who to start for PPR. You pick London, but does that change with Keaton Mitchell as an option now? No, it doesn't. I'm in this particular, like I said, this is getting cute time. I'm going with London. The matchup is so sweet, bro. Keaton Mitchell, Gus Ellis could snipe him for a touchdown. I really like Keaton Mitchell, man. But Drake London is a guy that I probably would go with Drake London over Keaton Mitchell. And it's rough because I like Keaton Mitchell this week, but I like the matchup against the Buccaneers for Drake London. I think he can get behind those guys a couple times. So I'm gonna go with Keaton Mitchell. I'm gonna go with Drake London. Excuse me. I'm going with Drake London. Slightly. Mr. Drake says, TD, I need to start too. Breach Hall with the bad ankle and bad weather, or London, Olave with the flu, or JSN. I'm going with Olave with the flu. I'm going in full PPR. I'm going with Olave with the flu. I love Drake London. I think he's a better player than Olave, but Olave ain't got no. Rashid Shaheed is out. A.T. Perry is the only guy going to be out there with Chris Olave. Taysom Hill is gone. So it's just going to be Kamara with this is with Derek Carr. It's going to be just Kamara and Chris Olave. I'm going to go with Olave. KL says Nico Collins or Romeo Dobbs with Christian Watson out. I'm going with Nico Collins over Romeo Dobbs. I'm going with Nico Collins over Romeo Dobbs. Impossible says need one running back, two flex. Glad to see you here, bro. Glad to see you here. He says I need one running back, two flex. CEH, McKinnon, Aaron Jones, Nico London, Noah Brown, Amari Cooper, Lockett, Moore, Higgins, Zay Jones, Wicks. Okay, so need one running back. I'm going with CEH. Two flex. I'm going with London. And Nico. So CEH, London, and Nico. What's good, bro? He said, okay, it's Judgment Day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ham says Cup or Reed for today. I'm going with Cup over Reed. I love Reed today, but I'm not sitting Cup. I could be biased. Reed is a great play today, bro. Like far as he's been outplaying Cup, like far as a player with the last couple of weeks, but I'm not sitting Cup. That's just the way. So I'm breaking it down that way. That's a guy that I'm not willing to get cute on is Cup. I'm going to play Cup. So I will go with Cup over Reed. But if you wanted to go with Reed, I understand that. Because Reed, to me, is the number one on the Green Bay Packers with Christian Watson being out. I think he's going to get manufactured targets. He's going to get slants. They're going to look for him in the goal line. I mean, I think he's going to play the Christian Watson role per se. Maybe not the deep targets, but everything else is going to be his. That's going to be his role. But I can't sit Cup. I got to keep because if Cup wasn't practicing and he was practicing only a couple times a week, then I would say yeah, sit Cup. But if he's out there getting all the practice work, I think Cup is getting a little bit better each week. And I'm willing to go with because that's Matthew Stafford friend. He's going to target Cup. He's going to target him. Conscious Machine says, like button, please. Yes, guys, let's get the likes up. We got 40 people in the chat. We got to get the likes up. But come on, we got 30 likes. Let's get the least 35. Dirt Boy, what's up, bro? I see you. He says Mouse or Walker. I'm going with Zach Mouse over Walker. I'm going with Zach Mouse over Walker. Tim, what's going on with you, Tim? Glad to see you here, bro. He says start Ridley, Mingo, Elijah Moore. Man, this is time to get cute. I'm going with Mingo over Ridley because of Trevor Lawrence's injury. Also, it's a bad weather game. Elijah Moore is another weather game that's not really that great. He's going to get a lot of targets, but Mingo probably going to get the same amount of targets as Elijah Moore and Ridley this week. That's why I'm willing to go down with the ship with Mingo. So I'm going to go with Jonathan Mingo. That's one of my sleepers of the week. Mingo is one of my sleepers of the week. Kazi, what's up, bro? Showing support as always. He says, win or go home. Okay. Do I start JSN really in the flesh? JSN. Go with JSN. Mr. Fantasy Everything. He said, what's good, bro? Is Breach Hall still a good start today? He's okay, but it just depends on what you got on your team, man. It depends on what you got in your wallet, right? He says, and who would you start? Who would you pick up? Josh Downs, Noah Brown, or JSN rest of the season? I probably would go with Josh Downs in full PPR. The only thing I'm telling you, you're going to have to choose between Josh Downs and JSN. JSN got more touchdown upside than Josh Downs. Josh Downs going to get more targets. So what do you want? Do you want the touchdown boom where JSN can give you 5 catches with 1 touchdown with 60, 70 yards, or Josh Downs can give you 9 catches for 80 yards with no touchdowns? So what do you want? That's what you're going to have to make the decision on. So it's between Josh Downs and JSN. JSN's a touchdown guy. Josh Downs is the catch guy. Conscious Machine said, I saw Baltimore D on free agent list. I picked him up. Yeah, you had to. He says, now do I play Browns, Packers, or Ravens? I'm still playing the Browns over the Packers, over the Ravens. That's me. The Packers is close, but Tommy DeVito ain't. I think he's past the chopped liver. He may be Salisbury State. But and then over the Ravens, they got a tough matchup. Matthew Stafford can go out and put up 2 touchdowns. He's a veteran, so the blitz ain't gonna really affect him unless you sack him. He gonna be able to read your coverage. So I'm going with the Browns. I like the Browns today. I like that matchup against the Jaguars with a hurt Trevor Lawrence or CJ Beathard. Yeah, it is pouring in Baltimore. I heard they said it's gonna be raining, but I still like the Cleveland Browns. Conscious Machine says, I have to make a confession. I played George Pickens and I'm sitting Javonte. Only 6.9 for George, but it's not a 0. Listen, brother, I'm not going to get on you for that. You went down with your ship. I respect that, man. I don't get on people for, and it's the way you're doing it. See, I know you made the right decision because you ain't ashamed of it. You know, a lot of these guys don't listen. And I'm going to tell you reason why I know they necessarily don't listen, because you don't have to, right? I'm not going to get mad at anybody for not doing what I advise them to do. Because I make some really good starts, like some guys that I tell people to start, and they ball out, and I don't hear anything about it. Like, hey man, this guy was really good. And I'm like, they didn't play that guy. They didn't play him. I can just tell through the attitude, not because you say, hey, TD, good play, just like you just moved on. I'm like, bro, did you win your week? Because you stood up. This guy went off. This guy, like I told, like Zeke, ain't nobody got on none of my. I told people to pick up Zeke and that he was a play, of course, unless it was like. It just depends on who it was against. Like Keith Mitchell, I wanted to play Keith Mitchell over Zeke, but I said Zeke was a starter over guys like Austin Eckler and stuff like that, right? And I haven't heard too many people say that because a lot of people probably didn't play Zeke. So, bro, I love what you did. You went down with your ship. I wouldn't have played George, but that ain't got nothing to do with it. It's your team. As the old Captain Planet cartoon used to say, the power is yours. That's one of my, and I understand. As I'm older now, I understand what he meant. The power is yours. I'm just giving you advice. Zabby, what's going on with you, bro? Appreciate you being here. He says, a half-point PPR, fight for the number 1 seed. Bench 1, Breach Hall, Javonte Williams, or Zay Flowers. I'm going to go with Zay Flowers. I love Zay Flowers. But Breach Hall and Javonte is getting all the goal line carries. Even though Dalvin Cook is coming in and getting some targets from Breach Hall is still getting enough targets to be a top 12 RB on any given week because he's getting goal line opportunities. So is Javonte. And the matchup against the Chargers run defense is not that great. The Chargers defense can be had on in the run game. So I like playing Javonte this week. I also like Breach Hall in that bad weather game. Zay Flowers is a bad weather game. He's a pass catching guy. I still think he can have a good game, but I'm not going to tell you to bench Breach or Javonte for him. I would go ahead and play the running backs at this time of the season. It's bad weather games. These are running back prime stars when you got bad weather. Yes, sir, Brian. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Robert says, what's good, TD? Lamar or Wilson. Worried about the weather for Lamar. Also, Ferguson or Kincaid. So Lamar fits good in bad weather. He can run the ball. That's going to help him out a lot. Russell Wilson, to me, isn't good enough. If it was somebody like, maybe Jordan Love, I would say, yeah, it's okay to start Jordan Love over him. it just depends on what you want to do, right? But I'm not doing Russell Wilson. Russell, last name Wilson. I'm not doing Russell Wilson. I'm playing Lamar over Russell Wilson in a bad weather game. Bad weather and Lamar doesn't scare me because of his running ability. Also between Ferguson and Kincaid, I would go with Ferguson. David, glad to see you here, bro. He says Chuba Hubbard versus New Orleans or Javonte Williams. I'm going with Chuba. I think Carolina could win this game today. I'm going with Chuba Hubbard versus New Orleans. He's one of my stars of the week. I like Chuba over Javonte. Brian Ortega, what's up, bro? He said TD must win game. Rasheed Rice for Kansas City or which Kansas City running back? I picked up both. Play Rasheed Rice over both of the running backs. Play Rasheed Rice over both of the running backs. Cumberland, what's going on, bro? He says dynasty trade. Herbert, Buffalo and Denver for Andrews, and Love. Should I have moved Herbert for Love? Matchups in parentheses. Got you. Okay. Yes, you should. Yes, you should. Minnesota is great against the run, but they can be had in the passing game. Carolina can be had. They not a really good defense. They a bottom 5 defense. You getting Andrews, which he might got 1 or 2 more years. I'm just giving you the better quarterback right now. Love is going to be the better quarterback in the fantasy football playoffs. He's hot, man. He might be the #1 quarterback in the league right now. I said what I said. I mean, he's hot. Throwing the ball from the pocket, he's hot. So Andrew just a throw in, man. He might come back and be 75% of what he's always been. That's the best that you can hope for. If he's anything better, then that's great. But Herbert's going to struggle for the rest of this season. So I will go. Yes, you can. If you want to win this season, do it. I wouldn't do it if I want to have a long prosperity dynasty stint in that league. No, Herbert's going to be better. I feel like, or be on the same level or better than Love. I mean, Herbert is a top 5 talent at the position. So if you're trying to win for multiple years, then keep Herbert. But if you're trying to win this year, that's the move to make with Love. Anytime, bro. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Bussin', what's going on, bro? I like that. I see your name. I see you got the car and everything. I see you. Glad to hear, bro. Appreciate you. He says, who to flex? PPR, Amari, Noah Brown, Singletary, or Downs? I'm going with Downs over Amari. I'm going with Downs over Amari. Michael Reeves says, T-Law or Minshew today. I'm going with Minshew. I'm going with Gardner Minshew. I love this matchup today. Sean, what's up, bro? He says DK or Reed, Henry or Cook. I'm going. You got to go with DK. You can't sit DK. I don't. Even though I know the matchup may seem tough. DK ain't one of those guys that I'm sitting for matchups. Unless it was like a terrible weather game or something. Henry or Cook. Man, I'm gonna go with Henry. I'm nervous because I think eventually Henry, he gonna get the goal line. They're gonna give him a goal line touch if they score. I'm worried about Henry because if they get down by 10 points, he's not gonna get that many snaps. There's been plenty of games, at least about 4 games, where Tajay Spears has outsnapped Henry, especially when they playing against a really good explosive offensive team, which Miami is. So to me, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna tell you to go with Henry in this instance because I think Miami can be head on the run game. Derrick Henry can beast on them. So I'm gonna go with Henry slightly over Cook. So DK and Henry, even in 4 PPR, even in 4 Derrick Henry, it doesn't matter. That's Derrick Henry. I got to give him some respect. Isaac says I got CH2 because I have Pacheco, so gotta protect him. Right, I got you. Right. Zabby, what's up, bro? Glad to see you here. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. This is cutting edge content. Guys, let's get the likes up. Let's get the like. Make sure you hit the like button. I'm getting to everybody's question. Zabby says Palmer out, still on R. Thank you, bro, for letting me know. I remember that from earlier. Yes, he still is. So that's why I wouldn't worry about Palmer. I mean, a lot of people, but you trying to. I don't think stashing wide receivers are really big right now. Palmer is a little different because they really need a wide receiver. But I'm not big. I'm stashing running backs. I'd rather stash like Rico Dowdle instead of Palmer in case of injury. Because if an injury happens, you got a top. I mean, you got a really good back on any team if the starter goes down. Like that's just different than a wide receiver. Wide receivers really don't be great, even if somebody gets hurt. They don't make them great. But running backs, almost any running back, if they get 20 carries, is going to be a nice fantasy play. Siobhan, what's up, bro? He said, hey, TD, need 2 running backs, Monty, Keaton Mitchell, White, or Hubbard. I'm going with Hubbard and White. That's Rashad Wright, right? That's a Rashad White, right? Yeah, so I will go with Rashad White and Hubbard. I love Keaton Mitchell. I love Monty. Whew. Let me see. You know what? I'm going to switch that up. I'm going to go with Monty and White. I'm sorry. I'm going to go with Monty and White over Hubbard. I love Hubbard, but it's Monty who's getting all those goal line opportunities against a Chicago defense. So I'm going to go with Rashad White and Monty. Angelo, what's good, bro? Glad to see you. He says, tough spot, TD. Got to start too. Spears, Jamal Williams, or Mingo? I'm going with Mingo and Spears. Mingo and Spears. Siobhan says, saw yesterday you said Rashad White, but need the second choice. Right. So, yeah, I'm going to go with White and Monty. Kluber, what's up, bro? He says flex CEH or Addison today. Let's go with CEH. Let's see what he got today. He's going to catch some passes. Teams are going to sleep on him a little bit. I'm going to go with CEH over Addison. Let's see what Joshua Dobbs can do first before we go out and run Addison. I like Addison, but we can wait. So I'll go with CEH. Martin Castillo. What's up, bro? He says, TD need 1 flex, 4 PPR. Keaton Mitchell, Hyatt, Rashawn Johnson, or McKinnon. I'm going to go with Keaton Mitchell over those guys, over Hyatt and Rashawn. I'm going with Keaton Mitchell. TZ said TD brings up this point ever so often. His advice is meant to guide you, but ultimately it's your team and your come on, bro. I ain't even read it, man. I already can feel how this is going, man. And this is exactly what I mean. This is exactly what I'm, bro. You understand, you will always have understood when I break things down. When I say, hey, well, do this and do this, you will come back and say, TD, this is what you're saying, and I agree with that. Not because you agree, but y'all understand what I'm saying, right? I go down with my own ship or whatever. But anyway, he says his advice is meant to guide you, but ultimately it's your team and your decisions that you feel comfortable with. Comfortable with to be capitalized because it's your team. I listen to a lot of guys. I watch a lot of content. I do, and I'm not watching it to get advice. You know, I'm gonna do my own thing. But I'm not perfect, and I hear great ideas and great starts and great pickups all the time. Some things do help me out. Some things I do come back and portray to y'all too. But it's your team. The power is yours. He says no one can be right all the time. No, nobody can be right all the time. I can't be right on starts and sits, but I go down with my ship. That's what makes me different. Okay. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. CHB says, CH McKinnon or Puka in the flex. I'm going with Puka. Yep. I'm going with Puka. Even in the bad weather game, I'm going with Puka. CHB says Panera Bread Panera been failing off a bit lately. Good morning, bro. Yes, they have. I like them. They do some good food. I like it because it's healthy food. I don't feel bloated when I eat there. This year, guys, and just get a little bit off, get a little bit off topic. I'm leaving meat. I'm gonna go to a fish diet. I'm gonna leave red. Now, listen, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna leave it alone completely. Every blue moon for a special occasion, I might want to go eat me a steak. Every blue moon, I might go eat me a steak. I think your body is so good, it can digest and go through meat every blue moon. And I'm talking more for me. I need to go change my diet. I like feeling energetic and up. And when I eat some foods, I feel down. I'm tired of that. I'm getting too old to be feeling down. I like my energy to be up all the time. And I like to wake up in the morning and feel energetic. I don't like feeling down. I think meat does that. But yeah, bro. To get back on topic, let me see. Isaac says maybe mix the coffee if the hot chocolate failed to. Bro, that's what I tried to do. That's what I thought too. I was like, I'm stirring it. I'm doing this, bro. And I got my stick. I got my stick. You know, they put that stick in there. So I'm stirring. I was like, maybe the chocolate, because a couple of times I have had that where the chocolate was at the bottom. And look, I'm stirring it right now, man. And I'm looking. And ain't no chocolate on it. And I'm like, what the hell? This shit tastes like straight, because I like straight espresso. Because I like to get an extra shot of espresso. It tastes just like straight espresso. And I drank black coffee. If I don't order it from Starbucks or Panera Bread, I drink black coffee. I don't put sugar in my coffee. Maybe on Christmas or something, when my girl makes it or something, she do it. She put all the little fixings in there, little spice and all that. But mostly I like my coffee black. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. That's the type of girls gets down with me. Y'all don't know nothing about that, do you? Y'all don't know nothing about that. KO says, do I play Josh Downs, Alexander Madison, Chris Godwin, Romeo Dobbs in the flex PPR? I'm going with Josh Downs over those guys. I'm going with Josh Downs and over all those guys. TZ says, last point, when I see people complain or blame someone for starting a guy, shows me he can't make up his own mind and will blame another man. That boy preaching. Hey, bro, what's your cash out today? Let me send you a super chat. That boy preaching. Came and will blame another man for his own decision. Laugh out loud. That's weak to me. You shouldn't play. That boy, hey, let me send you a cash out. What's your super chat? Mr. Fantasy says T-Law officially active. I'm still playing Cleveland defense. I'm not worried about that. He's that knee injury. Now listen, if he goes out there and boom, I'm willing to go down with that ship. If that means that Trevor Lawrence is an upper echelon player, if he could go and play through that type of injury, we got to start putting some respect on that man's name where he's tough, one of the toughest quarterbacks. He's got his knee bent back in weird ways. That's twice we thought he was an ACL or something or a broken ankle, and he pushed through and played the next week. So rest in peace, Heavy D. What's going on, bro? Heavy D, I don't want to say nothing crazy. Ain't Heavy D been dead for a long time? What do you mean? Because I know there's a lot of stuff going on with P. Diddy and stuff. What is that? What you talking about? Let me know what's going on, bro. Yep, pick one. Right, Josh Downs. Siobhan says, got Pittman, St. Brown as wide receivers, and Ayuk in the flex. Olave is still questionable. Have Sutton too as choices for my flex options. I would probably play Sutton. I'll play Sutton over Olave because Sutton got touchdown upside. He's been balling out. Other than that, I like Olave as a PPR monster. Mark, what's going on with you, bro? He says, happy football day. Fantasy football, full PPR. Full PPR. Need two in my flex. Sutton, Flowers, Downs, McKinnon. In full PPR, I'm going with Downs and Sutton. Mark says, thoughts on Breach Hall playing and ranking. Other running backs, Monty and McKinnon. I'm playing Monty over Breach Hall. I'm playing Monty over Breach Hall. It just depends on what you got on your team. Black Coffee. Oh, bro, I didn't know that was Heavy D. I didn't know that was Heavy D, bro. So yeah, okay. I remember that song. I was a kid. My sister used to play. You know, she had boom boxes and stuff. Okay. Dun up, dun up, dun. Yep, that's it. Okay, that's how I remember that song. Okay, right. Okay, okay. Kale says, pick one: Josh Downs, Alexander Madison, Romeo Dobbs, and the flex. I'm starting Mitchell as my RB1 and need the highest upside play for my choices above. Pick one to start. I'm going with Josh Downs. I'm going with Josh Downs over Alexander Madison and Godwin and Dobbs. Rich, what's going on, bro? He's a thought on Jerry Jeudy versus the Chargers. He's just another guy. This offense is not built around him. That was one of my bad picks this year. I thought Jerry Jeudy was going to get hyper targeted. He's not. I don't think Russell Wilson can hyper target him. Guys, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. Yeah. Big Will says Jaden Daniels with the Heisman last night. Bro, I ain't watched a lot of college. I gotta study. If I'm gonna watch anything right now, man, it's gonna be football. It's gonna be NFL. It's fantasy football playoffs time. So I have to get in grace with what's going on in order to get y'all content. That's I have to. So I haven't watched a lot of college, but I will get into college. And when I leave my 9-to-5 job, I'm gonna be watching a lot more college. As my career in this goes forward. But right now, man, I have to just concentrate on NFL and then wait at the end of the year and watch kind of a certain amount of bowl games. I will admit this. I was biased. I was watching a lot of Colorado. But after kind of they went down a little bit, I stopped watching it as much. So right now, I don't really have a number one player like a quarterback or who gonna win a Heisman. But I heard a lot about him. I heard he's really good. I heard a lot of content creators talk about Jaden Daniels. Sean Bonds, what's good, bro? Appreciate you, bro. He said, what's good, bro? Start Dobbs or Stroud? Man, I think I'm gonna tell you to start Dobbs, man. I hate to do that, man. I'm going down with that ship, bro. Listen, if you decide to go with Stroud, I'm not gonna sit there and say that's a bad decision because I'm going against my template. Usually, I'm gonna say, bro, it's easy. Go with Stroud. That's easy, bro. Go with Stroud. But right now, I can't necessarily because of the weather, the Jets. I'm gonna get cute, and I'm gonna say the Dobbs. Let me make sure. Yeah, I'm going with Dobbs. I'm going with Dobbs, bro. Rock out. That boy always super chatting. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro. He says PPR, one running back, one flex. Javonte, Keaton Mitchell, K9 Reed. I'm going with K9. I'm going with K9. Whew. I'm gonna go with K9 and Keaton Mitchell. K9, I like Javonte, man, but I gotta go with K. It's between what's making it's gonna be easy with you know what? You know what? Keaton Mitchell and Reed. Keaton Mitchell and Reed. I want to go with the two running backs, man. But I'm gonna go with Reed. I'm gonna put Reed over Javonte. That's tough. I want to see what K9 gonna do on his way back. So I'm gonna go with Keaton Mitchell and Jaden Reed. I told you I'm gonna get cute today. I told everybody I'm gonna get cute today. Okay. Samuel says, what up, bro? Overslept. You good, bro? Full PPR need two. White, Jacobs, and Keaton Mitchell. I'm going with White and Jacobs. You know what? It's getting cute. I'm gonna get cute today. I'm gonna sit Jacobs because Minnesota defense, run defense is like that. I love Minnesota defense this game. They run I'm gonna tell you, man, Brian Flores, I think he's the best defensive coordinator in the game, depending on what you really want from your defense. If you got a great corner, if you got like a shutdown corner that can play man-to-man defense, I think, man, that he's the best defensive coordinator. Now he do expose his backfield, well, his secondary. He do expose his corners and safeties because he blitz. He shut down that run. They coming downhill every time. Bam, bam, bam. So I'm gonna go with Keaton Mitchell and Rashad White. I haven't told nobody to sit Josh Jacobs all season, even when he was playing bad. But now, because it's week 15 or week 14, sit Josh Jacobs and go with Rashad White and Keaton Mitchell. Martin Castillo says, need two, TD. 4 PPR, Cortland Sutton, Ridley or Downs. Sutton and Downs. Sutton and Downs. Dustin, he says, Houston or Cleveland defense this week. I'm going to go with Houston. Trevor is playing today. So that moves me over slightly to Houston. Slightly to Houston with Zach Wilson playing. Slightly. Michael Reeves says Javonte, Puka, or Reed in 4 PPR. I'm going to go with Puka over Reed and Javonte. All those guys are good plays, but I'm going to go with Puka. I know this is a bad weather game, guys, but I don't see why I would sit Puka, one of the leading targets guys in the league. I just can't sit him. A weather game don't mean that you can't score. This may not be a lot of points, but how the points still going to come through your alpha players. Let's see how many likes we got, guys. Let's see how many likes we got. Right. Let's get the likes up, guys, a little bit. Let's get the likes up to 50. Let's go for 50. Samuel says, I listen when you talk. Play Elliott in the flex. I know you do. Listen. And even if you didn't, bro, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean, I know y'all guys respect me. This is what I mean about where some of the things that I do, and I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to keep it real. That's what my channel is about, and I don't think it hurts people, makes people don't want to come back. Sometimes when I see people chastise me in the chat and say things that act like it's their channel, that I don't mind an opinion or to help me out, but to try to compete with me secretly in the chat. I see that sometimes. That's the only thing that bothers me. If you say, TD, man, I can't play Elliott, I ain't gonna say, oh, I told you. The only time I'll be like, I told you and take a victory lap is on my top guys. So I would have done that with Daniel Jones. So that's why I take it. Now I'll take it respectfully. I wouldn't disrespect nobody, but I was wrong on Daniel Jones. That's why I mentioned it up every single time. I said that Daniel Jones had a chance to win MVP. Totally wrong on that. But I hit on a lot of things like Tyreek Hill, Amon-Ra. Tyreek Hill, that was my guy. So I might get on somebody about Tyreek Hill, why you didn't draft him, but I'm not getting on nobody about playing on Elliott. Bro, I understand that. So yeah, and I appreciate you taking my advice, man. Shoot, I learned a lot from y'all. No cap. Isaac says you got to watch out for those desperate teams. They can boom. He's preaching. If you people that got Jalen Hyatt and Jaden Reed and Keaton Mitchell, I don't want to play those teams. I want to play Stephon Diggs them. I said what I said. I want to play Stephon Diggs them team. I want to play and I even say it, Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce them teams. I don't want to play no Jordan Love and Keaton Mitchell and guys like that. Those are the dangerous teams. That's what my channel is built off of, because I've seen that in fantasy, and I've been seeing it in years by watching football, how I could pick a team. I think that team gonna win, and the other team end up winning. I'm like, and this guy, he blow up in the next 4 games of the season. And so that's why I tell y'all that don't drop guys, go down with your ship, because it's like a boomerang. It'll come back around. If that guy's getting targets and they believe in him, it'll come back around. That's why I'm playing Lamar Jackson. He hasn't had a boom game in a long time. I'm going to keep going with him because I trust him. I know what type of player that he is. The team is playing good. The boom game for fantasy ain't happened. I could be wrong, but I'm going to go down with that ship. I love what you said there. That might be the comment of the day. It might be tied for the comment of the day. I love what you said there, Isaac. Guys, thank you for being patient. I know I'm not getting to everybody's question quick, but I'm going down through the list. I'm going to try to pick up just a little bit. Savon says, thank you, Keaton Mitchell's going to go off. He's a Ravens RB1 on the depth chart. You're right. I wasn't telling y'all to pick him up early because a lot of other people was on him. But once I got on him, I've been telling y'all, hold on to him. This guy going to be good. He says, he's the Ravens RB1 on the depth chart. Now rested after the bye and let them save Gus Bus for the real playoff. Love Keaton Mitchell. Yak too. Yes, sir. That's straight preaching. Straight preaching. I just said you never play a flex. You never play a flex on Thursday. No, I tried to. Sometimes I got to, and sometimes I have made a mistake and left them in there. But I try not to put a guy in the flex on Thursday because you never know what can happen on a Sunday. The COVID taught a lot of people that. The COVID. Before the COVID didn't really matter that much, but right now it mattered. Right now it still matters. So I try to take my guys Thursday and my Thursday night players out. And I try to put my Monday players in there. That way I can move them around in case something happens. Sean Bond says, I feel you, bro. I was leaning Dobbs too. Appreciate your advice on sitting Warren. Right. Okay, man, you know, I do so much of this, bro. Sometimes I forget, man. That's why y'all got to forgive me. I got a lot of value. I got a lot of stuff. That's even guys, and I want to tell, I got a couple guys that text me on my personal line, they members. And sometimes, guys, I got so much going on. I don't know. I don't get to the question. I think I got to it, and I'm like, what? I thought I responded to this. So, guys, please forgive me. Don't take anything personal. Sometimes you got to ask me twice in the comment section. Say, TD, man, yeah, bro. I don't know if you've seen the other question, but I'm gonna ask it again if you don't mind. And I get to. I'm like, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Don't think I'm never doing anything on spite because this is my business. So I'm not gonna never try to neglect anybody. But yeah, bro, I'm glad I told you to sit Warren. I understand he was a good play. I thought he was a decent play, but it just depends on who it was for. Let me see here. The Joker says 4 PPR, 2. Choose 2. Devon A-Chain, Raheem Mostert, Calvin Ridley, Chuba Hubbard, Jerome Ford. Okay, I'm gonna give you two types of advice right here. You can play what I call squeeze. You can play Devon A-Chain and Raheem Mostert. That way, you're gonna get one of those guys is gonna boom. One of these guys is gonna be a top 12 running back. It hasn't missed the whole season. Somebody on that backfield has always been a top 12 most 9 times out of 10 the whole season. So you can play Devon A-Chain and Raheem Mostert. If you don't want to go that way, you can play Chuba Hubbard and Devon A-Chain. Jerome Ford is a good play too. Calvin really ain't in this conversation. But Jerome Ford is not a bad play either. So definitely Devon A-Chain. Take him out. He's the automatically play. Between Raheem Mostert, Chuba Hubbard, or Jerome Ford, I'm going to rank them. What I would probably do is play Raheem Mostert, then Hubbard, then or Ford. So those are my rankings. So you got to pick the method. The squeeze method or go with the guy or Chuba Hubbard. I'm just saying I just like him. I like the matchup. I like him that he's been getting a lot of work over Miles Sanders. Jerome Ford he's not getting 100% of the carries, but he's the most explosive running back in that backfield with big plays and catching passes. Joe Flacco do take the ball down to their running backs too because he's not a guy that scrambles. So it's up to you. Conscious Machine says, thank you, TD. I have faith to be in the playoffs. I can be the number 3 seed or the 7, but I'm the highest scoring team, averaging over 143 per week. That lets you know you're making the right decisions. That's why you don't worry about your record. Zah, he says, flex 1, 4 PPR super flex. Amari Cooper, Romeo Dobbs, Noah Brown, or Goddard. And is Flacco a good start? Flacco is a decent start, depending on what you got on your team. I'm probably going with Amari Cooper over Romeo Dobbs, Noah Brown, and Goddard. I'm probably going with Amari Cooper. I'm going with Amari Cooper. Kluber says, thanks for your advice. Anytime, man. Oh, Cumberland. I'm sorry. Clumberton. Thank you. Cumberland. Yeah, bro. Anytime, bro. Anytime. Weston. He says CH or Higgins in the flex. I'm going with CH. CHB says Geno Smith is trending to be out. Is DK worth starting? Yes, he's. Whoo. It depends on what you got. You got to give me more context in that. If you got another player like a Puka, yeah. But if you had George Pickens, I know George Pickens already played. I wouldn't tell you to sit DK for George Pickens. So it just depends on what you got, bro. I'm gonna say no until you show me a better player. Matt, guys, this is my friend. I met him in college. Great guy, man. We got to get up, man. When you come to North Carolina, bro, or let me know where you reside. I forgot. I know you stayed out of state. This guy was going to school. I forgot for something in the medical field. Great guy, man. Helped me out a lot with classes and stuff. Great friend. It's been over 10 years since we was in college together. We went to Greensboro College together. Great guy. He says, need a win, my friend. Quarterback Herbert or Browning? Ooh, that's a tough question, bro. I'm gonna tell you to go with Herbert. Browning balled out, man. I'm nervous to trust him. Bruh, if you would take off Herbert, if Herbert was had the same type of skill set, but his name wasn't Herbert, I probably would tell you to play Browning. So if that helps you out, Herbert, I get nervous because guys they play through and they still prevail a lot of times when they really good quarterbacks. So when I hear their name, I don't like to sit these type of guys because I know they still are great players. But if you told me Herbert name was Peter King and Browning was Browning after what he did last week, I would say, no, go with Browning. Browning balled out last week. So you take that for what it's worth. Browning probably is going to be the better play, man. Herbert just ain't had nothing. And the Denver Broncos got a pretty good secondary. They're a pretty decent team. So, man, you could go with Browning. Let's see if he can do it again. I don't want to tell you to do that, and you got to get into the playoffs. But if you don't got to get into the playoffs, try Browning. Mr. G says start two. Hall, Gibbs, James Cook. I'm going with James Cook and Gibbs. James Cook and Gibbs. Anytime, bro. Anytime. David. Anytime, bro. Thank you, bro. Hector says Taysom Hill is out. Right. He is. So, I mean, if you got to start Jawan Johnson, you got to. But Taysom Hill is out for today. Olave just got upgraded. He's been active the whole time. He was going to play the whole time. Taj, what's up, bro? He said JSN or Josh Downs. I'm going with Josh Downs. But listen, JSN got the touchdown upside. Josh Downs is the PPR guy. You got to make that decision. Do you want the touchdown guy or the guy who's going to catch a lot of passes? You're going to have to make that decision on your own. Will says Adams or Hubbard at the flex spot. I'm going with Devontae Adams. I'm going with Devontae Adams over Hubbard, man. I like Devontae Adams today. I think he's going to be hyper-targeted. Minnesota can give up points to a wide receiver like Devontae Adams. I love Hubbard, but I got to go with Devontae Adams. I got to go with Devontae Adams on this one. Ignite says sit one. Kamara, A-Chain, B. John, and Gibbs. I'm going to go with Gibbs. I'm going with Gibbs. None of those guys should be sits, but if I got to sit one, that's the one I would sit. PPR need 2 flex. Njoku and Elijah Moore currently in my lineup, but Mingo is out there too. Only 4 bench spots. So if I pick up Mingo, I have to drop Njoku, Moore, Curtis Samuel. I don't mind dropping Curtis Samuel to get Mingo. I think Mingo is has a little bit better upside than Curtis because of what Mingo is about to be the rest of the season. So I would pick up Mingo and I would play Mingo over Elijah Moore because Elijah Moore got a bad weather game. But if the weather wasn't bad, I would tell you to stay with Elijah Moore. He's going to probably lead the team in targets between him and Amari Cooper. It might be even. Will says, I'm sorry, Adams, Hubbard, or Sutton. I would still go with Adams over Hubbard and Sutton. And Todd says JSN or Josh Downs. I'm going with again Josh Downs. He's the PPR guy, but JSN is the touchdown guy. Rich says instead of Captain Planet should be G.I. Joe, and knowing is half the battle. I like that. You still have to play them. Right. I like that. I like that. Isaac says Purdy or Dobbs with the better matchup. Purdy or Dobbs. I think I gotta go with Purdy. Purdy been balling. I gotta go with Purdy. Otis says, get them likes up. Let's get them likes up, guys. Let's get the likes up. Let's go for 50. We need 50 likes. Hey, Zeus, what's going on with you, bro? He says Ferguson, Kincaid, Reed, Downs, and Zay Jones. Who would you sit from these 5? Zay Jones. I would sit Zay Jones. Kale says Lamar, Jordan Love. I need the biggest boom. I think I got to go with Jordan Love. I think I have to go with Jordan Love this week. I love Lamar. I'm playing Lamar, but I got to be a professional and give y'all. I got to get outside of myself of what I'm doing. My team and my household ain't got nothing to do with y'all. So I got to give y'all the professional breakdown. Who's the best player who can play? Boom, and it's Jordan Love. Sean Bond says, "Do I trust Pitts this week or add Johnson?" I would stick with Pitts. I would rather go ahead and play Pitts. Let me see here. Excuse me, guys. Chris says, "Bruh, stash Green Bay DST or Josh Downs." It depends on your team, bruh. You need about 3 defenses for the playoffs. So I would stash Green Bay DST. In a vacuum. But if you already got a good defense and you got a couple defenses already, then Josh Downs is a guy, a PPR monster. Mikey, what's going on, bro? He says Gibbs, Monty Rice, or Diggs at the flex. Diggs. There you go. What's up, Jawan? What's up, bro? He said, with no Geno, should I start Metcalf with Drew Lock in the ham? It just depends what else you got. You're gonna have to tell me what other players you got. If you ain't got no better players than that, if you had Josh Downs, I might say maybe. But I don't know who else you got. So I'm starting Metcalf with Drew Lock in my leagues. I don't got anybody else. Dirty says, what up, Titty? Who should I start today? Patrick Mahomes or Justin Fields? Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes. Tim says, Javonte Williams or risk it for the biscuits and start McKinnon. Love the show, bro. Thank you. Thank you, Tim. Thank you. I'm going with Javonte. I'm going with Javonte. CHB said the only other options I got is other than DK would be CH McKinnon or Todd Chandler. Really needed Watson. You know what? If you don't feel good about, and I'm gonna put it in your hands. I understand what you're saying here. Me, man, I don't. The way I got my team drafted, I don't got nobody else that I could put in for DK. But would I put in CEH? Maybe if I was the number 1 or number 2 seed, I would do it. But other than that, I'm not doing it. So I think CEH is I think that is a great cutting edge content type move to put CEH instead of DK with Drew Lock. But you know, Drew Lock can throw. He got that deep ball. Drew Lock might come in there and get hot. Drew, don't get it twisted. Now Drew Lock can have some good games. These are professional quarterbacks. They might not be 16 game starters or 18 game starters, but they can come in and get hot for a game. Jake Browning did it. So I'm probably gonna go down with the shit with DK, but I don't think if tomorrow if you play CEH and he do bad, I'm not gonna chastise you with that because I understand what the type of move it is. If I didn't think it was a good move or a crazy move, I would tell you. Juwan said, so my other options over DK is Wicks or Godwin. Now I'm playing Metcalf over those two guys. I'm playing Metcalf over those two guys. Martin Castillo says, bro, full PPR, Keaton Mitchell or OBJ. I'm going with Keaton Mitchell. I'm playing OBJ in a lot of leagues, but I'm not playing him over Keaton Mitchell. Castillo, he says Jags, Browns, or Kansas City defense. I'm going with Browns today. Otis. Otis, what is it? Redmond. I think my mom used to love that music from Otis. But he said, cool or gay? I'm going with cool. I love Cool. I think Cool is a top kicker in the league. He just got up there with, don't y'all know he up there with Justin Tucker now? Him and Justin Tucker is tied for the greatest accuracy in the history of the game as kickers. So Cool is right. Siobhan says, for my sister, would you play Fields or Stroud in Colts or Jets defense? I would play. Man, in a bad weather game, you got to go with the Jets defense. I know it's against CJ Stroud, but you got to go with the Jets defense. And I would play Fields over Stroud because of the matchup. I hate to say it, I don't feel great about it, but that's just my 2 cents and my professional opinion. I'm playing Fields over Stroud, and I would probably play the Jets over the Colts. Conscious Machine says, great show today, TD. I've been here the whole time listening as move stuff in the attic. Yeah. And guys, listen, and I'm going to be honest. I know sometimes my energy might not be as high as others, but I feel like I always have a great show. I think it's up to the algorithms. It ain't my fault that 50 people came in here today. I don't know. What did I say? I didn't say nothing cutting edge. I didn't say, hey, sit Pat Mahomes and play Baker Mayfield. That's my guy, Baker Mayfield. Like, I didn't do anything like that today. So I don't know. Maybe my talk rhythm could be better. Maybe I moved the camera to the middle. I didn't move my camera today. I said, instead of me being over here to the side like this, I was like, I'm going to be in the middle today. So I didn't know what it is. And guys, I know you don't want to be disrespectful, but if you like certain things, say, TD, when your energy high, man, this happens. Or TD, when you do it this way. Or TD, sometimes, man, it seems maybe your thoughts don't come out as clear. That's why I get it, but other people, I'm willing to take it. As long as it's respectable, maybe email me. If it's something that maybe you don't want to put on the comment section, y'all know my email, fantasygoodsports@gmail.com. If you email me, you can say any type of facts. If you're in the comment section, I'm going to hold my weight. I'm not going to let nobody bully me in my comment section or disrespect me in my comment section. Even if you mean it in a good way, I got a brand to build. But just like if you talk to the manager on the side of the restaurant and say, man, this food was bad, he probably willing to give you some free food and tell you to come back and give you some free food. But if you go and make a scene in front of a bunch of people, he's just going to give you your money back and call it a day. So that's all I would say. Guys, let me know what makes the content better. Email me at fantasygoodsports@gmail.com. He says Dallas Goedert or Isaiah Likely. In full PPR, I'm going to go with Isaiah Likely. Mikey says Gibbs, Montgomery, Rashee Rice, or Diggs to start one. I'm going with Diggs. Jawan says, I feel you, bro. I got to go down with the ship. Respect it. Yep. Robert says TD started. TD, thanks. Thanks, TD. Started 0-3, now 76 in the playoffs. Thanks, bro. Thank you. You stayed true. That's what, if you listen to me, it's basically you didn't drop a lot of guys that you had that might have been struggling, and all of a sudden it shifted. That's what happens in fantasy. KJ says, bro, keep doing what you're doing. I'm 10-3 this year. You're a big part of that. Thank you. Thank you, KJ. Ian, of course, is Dolphins or Lions defense. I'm going with the Dolphins defense today. The Dolphins defense. And Big Will says, appreciate you, my dude. Anytime, bro. Anytime. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. Thank y'all for watching the live. I appreciate it, guys. It was a great live because I love the value. I've been going live for a long time. So it's been an hour, almost 2 hours. So I'm going to go and put in my lineups. Hopefully my DraftKings lineups haven't shut down yet. And I appreciate it, guys. Let me see. Big Will says, I used to get clowned for not making the playoffs, but now I'm in there and going to go off. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got you, Big Will. We're going to do it. All right, guys. Y'all be safe. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.
Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say that shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act, a bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy, I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up. Turn me up, Jay. Fresh to death on camouflage. Gotta keep a foot up on their necks cause they might sabotage. I ain't come for peace, I brought the mask, about to terrorize. Step. If you a hating nigga,